It's a miracle straight out of the new year, and it involves one of Houston's most beloved rappers, Trae Tha Truth. After months of gut-wrenching uncertainty, Trae is finally reunited with his 6-year-old daughter, Truth. How did this jaw-dropping reunion happen? Stick around as we break down this emotional roller coaster you won't want to miss. Now, this isn't just a celebrity gossip story. This is a real-life miracle that hits home for so many people dealing with loss, separation, and the struggles of family. Grab your snacks, because you're going to want to hear every twist and turn in this unbelievable journey. Let's dive right in. In August 2024, the world was shaken when Trae Tha Truth made a heart-wrenching public plea for help after his daughter, Truth, was reported missing. For those of you who don't know, Trae has been a prominent figure in the Houston rap scene for years. But it's not just his music that has made him a beloved figure. Trae is also known for his charity work and his deep ties to his community. So, for him to go silent on social media for weeks, only to share that his daughter was missing, was a heavy blow for fans and the entire city. Now, to give you some context, Trae has always been incredibly open about his role as a father. Over the years, he's posted countless photos and videos of his daughter, Truth. The bond they share is visible to anyone who's followed him on social media. So, to see a man who's always so strong and composed break down and ask for help, it really hit home for many of us. And it wasn't just the emotional posts. Trae was also working with local authorities, trying everything possible to find his daughter. He knew something wasn't right. There were no clear answers, and each passing day felt like an eternity. The pressure was mounting, and fans were on edge, praying for a safe return. But no one could have predicted what was about to happen. Let's talk about the timeline a bit, because there's something seriously disturbing about the circumstances surrounding Truth's disappearance. On August 2024, Trae started making desperate appeals online, saying he hadn't heard from Truth in weeks. Police were involved, but still, the case didn't seem to gain the traction it deserved, which frustrated fans and supporters who were desperate to see her home. Many of us followed every detail as it unfolded. The community rallied behind Trae, organizing search parties, raising awareness, and hoping that every day would bring the news that Truth had been found safe. Yet, weeks turned into months, and the uncertainty took a toll on Trae, his family, and everyone who had been following the story. Can you imagine what he must have been feeling all that time? The hope, the exhaustion, the fear. It was a situation that left many of us wondering if he would ever see his daughter again. But let's not forget, it was also around this time that Trae became even more vocal about his faith. And this is where the story gets really interesting. Through the pain, Trae kept talking about faith. Faith in God, faith in the process, and faith in people. And this is where things started to take a more miraculous turn. Trae is known for his activism and charity work, particularly his commitment to helping those in need. But what we saw during this time wasn't just a public figure asking for support. It was a man pouring out his soul, trying to find peace in the midst of chaos. And this is where I want to pause and ask, how many of us could have held on as long as Trae did? Let's be real. After months of no answers, many people might have given up hope. But Trae kept pushing forward. He kept praying, he kept hoping, and he believed that the truth would come to light. It's a reminder that sometimes when life gets hardest, we have to dig deeper into our faith, our strength, and our resilience. What do you think about this? Would you have been able to hold on like Trae? Let me know in the comments below. Now, fast forward to the first day of 2025. Can you imagine? It's 8 a.m. on New Year's Day, and Trae receives a phone call that changes everything. This wasn't just any phone call. It was a call that would lead to the most emotional reunion of his life. Trae tells TMZ Hip Hop, "I couldn't believe it. They said she was found." After months of uncertainty, it was the news every father prays for. His daughter was safe. But here's the crazy part. It wasn't just a "where is she" moment. It turned out his ex, the mother of his child, had been arrested in El Centro, California on child endangerment charges. Her arrest led to the discovery of Truth. Now, you might be wondering, how did this all happen? What exactly went down between Trae's ex and their daughter that led to her being found so far from home? Well, here's where things get even crazier. Apparently, Trae's ex had been living in El Centro, a small town near the US-Mexico border. And while the details surrounding her arrest haven't been fully released, it's safe to say the situation surrounding Truth's disappearance took a very dark turn. In fact, authorities confirmed that Truth was found in unsurprising conditions. But the important part? She was safe. Can you imagine how Trae must have felt getting that news? One moment, he's on the edge of despair. The next, he's rushing across the country on a flight to San Diego, and then driving 100 miles to reach his daughter. The anticipation, the anxiety, it must have been overwhelming. Yet, as soon as he laid eyes on Truth, it was a moment of pure relief. This was the end of his nightmare, but the beginning of a brand new chapter. rollercoaster. When Trae finally got to hold his daughter in his arms, it wasn't just about physical safety. It was about faith, and Trae made sure the world knew exactly how important his faith had been during this long journey. In his emotional Instagram post, he wrote, "Never let no one tell you God ain't real," and shared how this situation tested him in ways he never thought possible. His message was crystal clear. God was the only reason they were reunited. The faith, the belief in something higher than himself, had kept him going when everything else seemed impossible. I think it's safe to say that 2025 is going to be a whole new season for Trae and Truth. So, now that you've heard the full story, I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Trae's incredible journey and his faith through all of this? Does this story restore your faith in miracles too? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you were moved by this story, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more uplifting updates and the latest in celebrity news. You don't want to miss what's coming next because we've got a lot more heartwarming stories in store for you. Until then, stay strong, stay hopeful, and remember that sometimes the greatest miracles come when we least expect them.